Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Sandy from the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers. And if you are here tuning in, you must be looking for our midweek reset with Anna. Today, we are joined by our amazing registered nurse, Jody, who is available here at 63 Washington Street at Irie Bliss Wellness every single Wednesday to give you some personalized care and attention when you buy your CBD products. We understand that it's kind of confusing for some people. CBN, CBG, THCV. Who knew that this plant had so many compounds? Well, Jody is a walking encyclopedia of all of the terpenes, flavonoids, cannabinoids, and all the other fun stuff that the cannabis plant provides for our body. And here at Irie Bliss, we also support other modalities for healing, such as yoga, breathwork, sound healing, meditation, because we do believe that our products work better when you do the work. So we're here doing the work, showing up, accountable, and we are so blessed, and I feel so grateful to have Anna, who is a 900-hour yoga teacher here as our resident yogi. She is no joke. If you guys are looking for one-on-one yoga, personalized care, we do understand that, especially when you're dealing with trauma, you may not be prepared to walk into a class with 25 people and do happy baby. So we want to connect you with people in our community that are very sensitive to the needs of folks who are struggling with something. So Anna, thank you so much for being part of our community. And Anna often also teaches a yoga nidra class here on Friday nights, which is our integrated recovery practices support group, which we are hoping with your generous donations that we will continue to offer for free. So if you go to pcsam.org and check out our events calendar, you can follow all of the cool events and things that we have coming up on our Friday and Saturday nights. So Anna, thank you for helping us reset.
Thank you for having me.
Spring, well, we changed the clocks this weekend. It was the first year of my life, you guys, that it completely snuck up on me. I woke up at 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday and I was like, what the heck just happened? And it was because we changed the clock. So first year of my entire life that I wasn't actually counting down the days to the clock. I don't know if it was earlier this year.
It totally snuck up on me.
But that snuck up on me. But I welcome any change. You wouldn't know because we had a nor'easter, as they say here in New England. We were so lucky though because we got 1 inch around these parts. So solidarity to my folks up in Maine who are still digging out. But yeah,
I totally want to be a forecaster though. Not only do they have the cutest dresses, but they can be totally wrong and still get paid their big bucks. I mean, if I was wrong at work, if I was ever wrong at work, no, but
catch babies for a living, so
right.
No dropping babies on Jody's watch, okay?
No, baby. Yeah, I mean, if I mess up at work, it's like big, huge deals. But yeah, they can tell. They were getting us prepared for 6 to 12 inches, or could have been, as much as 24.
Never
and
know.
We got rain in Framingham. We got a measly 2 inches, which I'm fine with that. I mean,
you just never know.
It's March. It's the Ides of March. We shouldn't be getting that much snow around here.
Bag.
Keep it up in Maine.
Yeah, you get a mixed bag of stuff out here.
But we're gonna warm up and get our bodies moving, which is gonna be so good. I need it.
Yeah, so we sprung forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
We sprung forward, and so we're moving into renewal, and we're moving into just bringing in the new things that are coming in with spring. That's going to change our diets. It's going to change how we're looking at things. We're coming out of the darkness of winter and beginning to shed the winter stuff. So we've been grounding in and honing in and really feeding our bodies, just warming, nourishing things, constantly keeping that warmth in. Now we're going to begin to find that renewal, really kind of start to look for things that are lighter on our systems, and also invite the plants to come. So our connection, we are energy, and so are our plants. And with that, new things are coming with plant growth, and how we connect to plants. So we haven't really thought about that. Everything's been dead, right? Kind of dead, but kind of in a dormant place, right? And that's kind of like, we kind of follow this, what do they call, nature's clock a little bit, right? So now the blooms are starting, you're starting to see the little blooms. And so we're going to create a practice today that is, again, you know, I'm always heart focused and heart centered focused. And that's really like the essence of ourselves and how we relate to things. And so here we are relating to spring, relating to new growth. And so we want to, well, we're always talking about releasing and bringing things in. So it's removing obstacles and creating more space for what you really want to bring in. And of course, in creating new space, you create more room for growth. And now that we're heading into spring, we're getting another opportunity. Every day is another opportunity. So when we can focus on these things and kind of flow with the cycle of nature, because that's just in our nature and our energetic place too, things flow a little bit more easily. So you'll notice if you continue with keeping your feet heavy and things heavy, like similar practices that you do in winter, they're really going to shift in the spring. They're not going to feel the same. You're going to feel a little resistance. So you want to start feeling that ease as we get more daylight, start getting your vitamin D, even if it's cold, and find those sources of light to create that growth for yourself, just as your garden. You're planting those seeds have been dormant, and now we're going to be going into new growth. And I think that aligns with where the planetary things are too. Like we're just in that space. So let's begin.
Today we are going to practice off camera. We're going to let you just take all the stage today.
So I highly recommend that if you don't have plants in your personal space, that you bring in some plants into your personal space because, like I said, plants are energy and we're energetic beings. So even in meditations, having plants in your space, obviously it creates more oxygen in your space. They're also anchoring and can become very meditative. Just as in candle gazing, for example, in a meditation when you have a flame and you can focus on the flame to get you into a meditation, you can also focus on a plant. Not just that, but the aromatics of plants also ease our bodies and ease our energy. So plants are very supportive. If you don't have them around, start bringing them around and start having conversations with your plants' energy. Their energy rises, so does yours. So here we're going to begin by seated. And we're in happy, easy pose. And we're going to begin to settle into our breath. So I want to welcome all you guys at home, here in the studio. Thank you for joining me today. It's always an honor to be here and to reflect the light that we create in this space and share that with others. So as we begin to settle into our breath, we begin to anchor into the earth and move into the earth, creating that sense of safety within our bodies by starting down at the roots. So you want to connect those two pelvic points to the earth, Mother Gaia supporting your seat. Start to settle into the breath, and I'm going to invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Feel nice and long in the spine, chin parallel to the floor. If you feel you need a little more grounding today, and you might because the winds are going to be kicking up, and that is going to create rajasic energy, which is a more unsteady energy. Could make anger rise, uneasy feeling, so palms down help you ground. If you need a little extra more grounding, take the internal gaze to the chin. And we're breathing in and out the nose, letting the breath flow naturally. If you are in an energetic place to receive, palms up on your lap. So as we remove these obstacles, we are going to be in a place to receive, to create more space to receive what it is we want in our lives. Of course, you're always invited into a Gyan Mudra with the index fingers and thumbs touching, lightly resting on your lap, palms up, 3 additional fingers extended. You can take the internal gaze to your third eye or behind your cheekbones. And as you breathe in with this internal gaze and breathe out, notice the colors behind your lids. If this is an uncomfortable seat to stay in, then just adjust yourself, stretch your legs out, find your little sweet spot. So hands can stay where they are, or if you feel that you want to bring your hands into Anjala Mudra or prayer hands at the heart center, I'm going to invite you to set an intention for your practice this afternoon. Remembering that it is intentions that drive our actions, and it is these intentions we carry through our practice and take with us into our daily lives. All taking a deep breath in together and a slow exhale out. Swallowing at the back of our throats and fluttering our eyes open. Namaste, our audience at home and our audience in the studio. All right, so I'm going to have us get on our backs and I'm going to guide you. So just find a comfortable place to lie down. And then as you lie down, you're going to bring your arms over your head. You're going to do a full body stretch. And then bring the arms by your side. You can lay them out into a T or just have them by your side, palms up. And I said that we would sink into our heart space, take a little deep dive into the heart space. So start to breathe, bring in that breath into the heart. And exhale it out. Coming into a new phase into the year, take a moment here to think about an obstacle or something that might be in your way right now. Something that might be bothering your heart. Take a moment here to lift that obstacle up and away as you exhale, releasing and letting that obstacle go. As you breathe in, you're breathing into a new heart space without that obstacle. You've created more space to bring what you want in from your deepest heart desire. What is it that you want to replace that obstacle with? Taking that nice deep inhale in, drawing that breath into the heart, exhaling out what no longer serves. Inhaling into the heart space to draw in your desire of what is going to replace that obstacle. Exhaling out what no longer serves, surrounding the heart. Inhale, arms over the head. Stretch the legs. Another full body stretch. Bring the knees into the chest. Give them a nice hug. Maybe take a rock side to side. And then from here, extend both legs out. Another full body stretch. And then gently guide that right knee in to the chest. Let's flex both feet and then twirl that right ankle around, maybe pointing and flexing, creating a little space in the ankle. Draw that knee closer, guide that knee towards the right shoulder. Tuck the chin, tuck these shoulders underneath your body. So you're opening up, keeping that heart space open. From here, let's release. Full body stretch, arms over the head. Stretch the legs and then reach for that left knee. Bring that knee into chest. Flex both feet. And then point and rotate the left ankle, however it may feel good to you. Pointing, flexing, and rotating. Then gently guide that knee to the left shoulder. Release, full body stretch, arms over the head. And then gently guide the knees back towards the chest. Let's draw little circles with the knees, any direction. So we're massaging the lower back. And then gently go the opposite direction. And knees come back, give a squeeze. And release, full body stretch. And then arms down by your side. Alright, so let's bend let's bend one knee up so the right knee comes up. We're going to shift our hips to the right side and then gently roll over, pressing ourselves up with our right arm. And then let's flip over, coming to tabletop. And let your shoulders stack over your wrists and hips stack over your shoulders. Let's warm up our spine. On the inhale, drop the belly and take the gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, round in the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, take the gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Continue back and forth as you sync your breath with the movement. And then from here, let's go into an intuitive movement, which I love to bring into my classes. So I'm going to invite you here to close your eyes, connect with your breath, and begin to move the body the way you feel like moving. So I'm going to begin by shifting my hips back and shifting my hips forward. Of course, you can keep your eyes open if that feels comfortable to you, or close your eyes. But when you take the gaze away, the attention goes inward, and allow yourself to listen. Go with how your body wants to move. And if you don't want to move at all, that's okay too. You can take a child's pose. So you never know what somebody may be feeling. So go with what you're feeling, and that's the invitation here, to freely move or take a resting pose. So you can shift the hands forward, take an up dog if that feels good. Shift the hips back. Take a peek at your feet by moving the rib cage side to side. So I'm just giving you ideas, but you can follow your own rhythm. And from here, come back to center when you're ready. Let's curl the toes under, come into a down dog. Pull the navel in and begin to walk our dog. Gaze is through the ankles. Gently press your heart towards your thighs. Heels do not have to touch the mat. They can be raised. And just gently walk your dog, getting into the hamstrings. Bring the awareness to the inner elbows. Have them face each other. Notice how that affects the shoulders. Now let's lift the heels up high, bend the knees deeply, come into a hover. Take the gaze between the hands and then walk your feet to the top of the mat to meet your hands, come to your forward fold. Let's ragdoll here, so you can let your arms dangle. You can take a bind elbow to elbow. You can release the hands and bend one knee after the other. You can even drop the hips to really get into a deep bend in the knees. This is your practice, so whatever feels good to you. It's your midweek reset that I am here to support. My words are just guides to allow you to come to a place of reset with your body and mind. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, come to a flat back. Bring the shoulders away from the ears, tilt the hips back, and then let's root to rise, come all the way back up. Let your palms touch, and palms come to heart. Beautiful. All right, so coming into standing mountain with our hands in prayer position. Inhale, let the palms rise together, reach back. Exhale, bring the palms together, bring them to the heart center. As you lower down, release the hands, come into your forward fold. From here, let's lift into a half lift and then plant the palms here, or tent finger your fingers and heel toe the feet to the width of the mat. Lengthen through the crown on the inhale and take that right hand to the left ankle and take a peek underneath your underarm, or you can take that left arm and bring it to your lower back. And then come to center, opposite side, left hand to right ankle. Take a peek under the arm. That right arm can come behind you if that feels good. And then gently come back to center. And we're going to come into a malasana squat. So we're going to begin to hinge, lower the hips, bend the knees, come all the way down. So you can stay right here if the hips are feeling tight and they're not drawing all the way down to the earth. Arms come into the inner legs. Lengthen through the crown as you take that deep breath in. hands at the heart center, and then gently take a sway. You can support this posture by placing a block underneath your bottom. So you can adjust the height just depending. Sometimes we need something a little higher. And that's okay. Supporting your posture however you need to feel that support, even with a chair. All right, so let's lengthen through the crown here again. Release the hands, lift the hips up, and then gently heel toe your feet back. Come into a forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, come to a flat back, and then let's exhale, plant the palms, bring both feet back, come into a plank. Lower the knees down if that feels good, and let's come down, bring the chest down, sweep forward, and take an up dog. Curl the toes under, come to your down dog. Inhale that right leg up, nice and long, bend the knee, and then let's bring that knee into that right elbow and expand out. Lower that left heel and then bend the knee again, bring it across to the right elbow and extend out. So giving a nice long body stretch here. Then let's bring that leg all the way through and bracket the foot, lower that left knee down to the mat. So take your time. And then let's shift the hips back, give a little adjustment here. Go into a half splits, lift the foot up to rest on the heel. Lengthen through the crown here and then gently place that foot flat. From here, let's bring that right hand into the instep of that right foot and open up on the left side. Now if you want to take that into a balance, lift that back knee. You don't have to, but you can if you feel like it. Then lower down. All right, right hand comes to the outside of that right foot. And let's shift back again and shift forward. Shifting back and shifting forward. All right, so let's stack that front knee on top of the ankle. Inhale, both arms up. My back foot is flat. We're going to reach back. And on the exhale, we're going to soften the arms, bring them into cactus. Inhale, reach up and back. And then from here, let's take a bow. Sweep the arms back. And inhale, bring the arms all the way back. Sweep them all the way up and back. And then exhale, sweep them back again. Take a bow. Inhale, reach up and back. We'll do this last time and sweep down and back. And then arms rise again to a soft cactus. And then gently reach up and float the arms down to bracket that front foot. Curl the toes under that back foot. Let's bring that back foot forward. Come to a forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, come to your flat back, and let's root to rise, come all the way back up. Let your palms touch and palms come to heart. Notice how your body feels. It's energized on one side. Inhale, draw those palms up, reach back. Exhale, keep the palms together, come all the way down to your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, come to your flat back. And then exhale, plant the palms, take that left foot back. And then draw the hips back, come to your half splits. Lift the chest, lengthen through the crown, pull the navel in. Breathe through the sensations. Deep breath in, plant that front foot. Take that right hand to the instep of that right foot, and let's open up to the right side. Again, if you want to take this into a balance, curl the toes under, lift that back leg, that back knee. You got it. And then lower that arm down, plant that knee if it's lifted. Right hand comes to the outside of that right foot, shift the hips back, and shift the hips forward. All right, so let's come to stack that front knee over the right ankle. And then let's inhale the arms all the way up, sweep up and back. Soften the arms to soft cactus. Let's reach up and take a bow. Sweep the arms back. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, take a bow. Really plant that front big toe. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, final bow. Inhale, reach up again. Give me a soft cactus here. And then let's reach up and exhale. Let's soften our arms all the way down to bracket the foot. Curl the toes under of that back foot. And guide that back foot to meet the front. Forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Come to your flat back. And root to rise. Come all the way back up. Palms touch and palms come to front. Notice the synergy on both sides. All right. Inhale, palms draw up together, reach back. Exhale, palms stay together as you forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, come to your flat back. And on the exhale, let's step back into plank. Gently press into down dog. Inhale, left leg rises nice and long. Bend the knee, take that knee to the left elbow and extend out. Bend the knee again, take it across to that right elbow, extend back out, and then bring it all the way through. Come down again, bring that right knee down, and then take those hips back. And then take them forward. All right, so from here, let's gently bring our hips back, lengthen and lift the chest. Just breathing nice and deep here as you straighten out that front leg and then gently come back. Let's heel toe that foot out to the left side and gently come into a lizard pose. You can extend that right leg back, opening the hip here. You can tilt that left foot out. That feels good. And you can stay right here, or you can gently take the chest down towards the mat. And breathe. Gaze is at the top of the mat. All right, let's gently lift ourselves up. Heel toe that foot back. Let's take a nice deep breath and inhale the arms up. Ground yourself in. Reach back. And then let's open up to the left side. Inhale, arms rise again. And then this time, plant that left hand on the instep and open up to the right side. And then gently float that arm down and bracket the foot. So the left hand comes to the outside of that left foot. Curl the toes under of that back foot. Bring that front foot back and tilt the heels over to the right side. To support this side plank, bring that right knee down and you're going to open up that left arm all the way up towards the sky. Gaze is forward or up towards the palm and then gently float that arm down. Come back to your plank and then press into down dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up. Bring it all the way to that right elbow, knee, and then extend that right leg back, bend the knee, bring that knee to the left elbow. Extend all the way back, and then gently bring it all the way through. Plant that left knee down. Shift the hips back, and shift the hips forward. Now let's stack that front knee over the ankle. Bring that left hand to the instep as we heel toe that right foot out, coming into our lizard. You can gently extend that left leg back and begin to settle into the pose. Opening up the hips. One side might feel tighter than the other. Gaze at the top of the mat. You can tilt that right foot to its outer edge if that feels good. Breathing nice and deep. And then gently beginning to lift all the way back up, planting the palms, and beginning to shift that right hand to the outside of the right foot as you heel toe that foot back. Inhale, arms rise over the head. And then we're going to open up to the right side. Really ground that front big toe. And then inhale, arms come all the way back up. Reach back. Give me a soft cactus here. Let's reach up again. On the inhale and on the exhale, let's lower down the hands, bracket the foot, curl the toes under of that. Curl the toes under that back foot, lift the knee, and then bring that front foot back. Pivot the heels to the left side, again supporting that side plank with the left knee to the mat. Inhaling, opening up that right arm up towards the sky. Pull the navel in, lift the hips up. And then floating the arm all the way back down, come back to your plank. Shift to down dog. Lift the heels up high and bend the knees and take the gaze between the hands to the top of the mat and walk your feet to the front of the mat to meet the hands and forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Come to your half lift. And let's root to rise. Come all the way back up. Let your palms touch and palms come to heart. All right. From here, let's take a step back with that left foot. And parallel that back foot with the back outer edge of the mat. We're going to come into our warrior two. So bending that front knee. And getting a nice wide step. So right now my hands are just resting on my hips. Just let yourself get used to that sensation of the separation of the legs. And align that front heel with the instep of the back foot. Now let's inhale the arms up. And then exhale, soften the arms, come to your warrior two, gazes over at the right fingertips. See how you can take that chin over to the shoulder. Soften the shoulders. And notice how it feels to tuck the tail towards the navel. Ground that front big toe, back outer edge of that back heel. Now let's inhale, bring both arms up, extend that front leg, and then exhale, drop back down to warrior two. Reverse warrior, flip the palm of the right hand and gently bring that right arm up and over. And then on the exhale, come back to your warrior two. Inhale, flip both palms to reach and extend. And then exhale, gently come back to warrior two. We're going to do extended side angle. Flip that right palm out. Drop that palm down towards the right ankle, keeping that knee bent, and extend that right arm out, up towards the sky. So here we are, and then gently we can bring that left arm over the ear. Little extension. The gaze can be towards the sky or straight ahead. And then from here, gently bring that arm back up, come to your triangle, and then come back to your warrior two. Let's extend back up and switch sides. Pivot the right foot, pivot the left foot to the top of the mat. Now we're in different positions. Bend that front left knee, and then come to your warrior two. Gaze is at the left fingertips. Notice how you can bring your chin over towards the shoulder. Pull the navel in and tuck the tail towards your navel. Back outer edge of that right foot is anchoring in that front big toe. Breathe. So this is where you can use ocean's breath to constrict the throat and breathe through these sensations. Now we're going to inhale and flip that left palm, reach over for your reverse warrior. And then come back to your warrior two. Extend that front leg, reach up, arms come parallel to the ears. And then exhale, come back to your warrior two. Reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Extend up, reach up, parallel to the ears. And then exhale, come back to your warrior two. We're going to do that one more time. Reach back for your reverse warrior. Come back to warrior two. One more extension, reach up, extend that front leg, come back to your warrior two, and then we're going into triangle. Flip that left palm outward, reach down in front of the knee towards the left ankle, reach up towards the sky with that right arm. Pull the navel in. Reach that left rib cage towards the sky. Now let's bring that right arm over the right ear. Stay nice and strong through the legs. And then from here, let's come all the way back up to our warrior two. One more extension. Extend that left leg and reach up. And then from here, pivot that left foot. So now they're parallel. And then from here, flip the palms, bring the hands to the lower back. Take the gaze up as you press the hips forward. And on the exhale, we're going to begin to hinge at the hips. Come to a wide-legged forward fold. Release the hands. And take a nice breather here. Crown reaches towards the earth. Maybe the hands reach to the outsides of your feet. You can step on the fingers. Take an inhale, lengthen through the crown. Tone the legs. Exhale, bend the elbows. Draw that crown towards the earth. Elbows come closer to the shins as you bend the elbows. Breathing. Now let's release. Hands come back to the center. You can lift your chest here as you tend the fingers. Bring the hands to the lower back. Come all the way back up. Press the hips forward. Take the gaze up. And then we come back to center. All right, let's inhale the arms up. expand, go into star pose. Arms reach out, lift the chest, take the gaze up. Beautiful. And then from here, let's lower the hands to our hips. Let's pivot that front foot, pivot that back foot. And then from here, let's inhale the arms up. And then exhale, lower the hands, bracket the foot. Take that back foot to meet the front and come to your forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, come to your flat back, and exhale, plant the palms. Bring both feet back to your plank. Of course, you can drop the knees down. And then from here, take a wide-legged child's pose. Bring the toes together to touch as you take the knees to the width of the mat. Lower the hips towards the heels. And take a breather here, resting the third eye on your mat. To just notice what you're feeling. What's coming up for you? You can take the exhale through the mouth. Let your heart melt towards the earth. And really feel that connection to Mother Gaia as she prepares for her renewal phase. All right, let's gently walk our hands towards our knees. Bring the knees together. Let's curl the toes under and inhale the arms up, coming into a hero pose, arms lifted. Soften the shoulders. Flip the palms. Bring the hands to the heels. Open up the chest. And gazes forward. Release the arms, the hands, and arms come back up. Release the toes. Come back to the heels. And then gently lower the arms down. Coming back into a child's pose. And then this time, bring your arms beside you. Let the shoulders drape over the legs. Opposite stretch here will be to take the arms into a bind, if that feels good, and reaching those wrists towards the low back. Opening up the front chest by reaching the shoulders back. Maybe they lift. Or they don't do anything at all. All right, let's walk the hands back towards our knees. Shift the hips to the left side. Swing the legs around. And keep the knees nice and bent. Reach forward as we go into a little balancing pose here. Into boat pose. Find your two pelvic points. Lean back as you reach forward. And then begin to walk the feet towards you. Maybe lifting the feet a little bit or tapping. Or lifting the feet, creating a 90-degree angle with the legs. I'm going to keep them here, or you can extend them up higher. Reach the chest forward, shoulders back, and then lower everything down. Come all the way down to your mat. And we're going to come into a shoulder stand. So legs can just come up towards the sky, and you're cool right here. You can even take a block to support the lower back, to lift the legs up and rest here. Or if you want to take that shoulder stand, lifting the hips, supporting your lower back with your hands and taking the chest towards the chin. Now if you want to take it a little further, you can reach those legs back behind you, hinging at the hips. taking a plow pose. Now you don't have to do this. You could just stay with your legs up. Inhale, pull the navel in. If you're in plow, begin to lift the legs up. And then begin to lower your bottom towards the mat. And from here, bend the knees and bring them into your chest. Give them a nice hug. Then reach for the outsides of your feet or peace finger your toes and come into your happy baby. Rocking back and forth. You can bend one knee after the other. That feels good. Or just rock. Okay, let's release the legs. Arms over the head as the legs drop down back to the mat. Full body stretch. And let's take a bridge pose. Arms by your side, palms flat, bend the knees. Bring the feet as close, the heels as close as you can to your buttocks. Let the fingertips graze your heels. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Tuck the shoulders in. Take a nice deep breath in and lift the hips up. Chest reaches towards the chin. Maybe taking a bind underneath the back if that feels good. And lower everything down. Release the bind. And take a moment here. Second set, inhale, hips rise, bring the chest towards the chin. Never look side to side in this pose. You don't want to hurt your neck. Maybe taking that bind underneath the back, lifting the hips up, and then releasing and coming all the way down. From here, inhale, arms over the head, and the hips are going to rise. And then exhale, lower everything down. Arms down, hips down. Inhale, hips reach up, arms over the head. Exhale, lower down. Last one, inhale, hips reach up, arms over the head. And exhale, lower everything down. Bring the knees to the chest. Remember those little knee circles. You can do the knee circles here. Opposite direction. And then let's take a full body stretch. Take that right knee into chest. And then let's bring that right knee across the body. Extend that right arm out. Take the gaze over to the right fingertips. Come back to center. Extend for a full body stretch. And take that left knee into chest. Flexing both feet, taking a squeeze and guiding that knee across the body. The left arm extends out. Gaze over at the left fingertips. And then gently coming back to center for your full body stretch. And then arms come down by your sides. And allowing yourself that support from Mother Earth as you begin to ease into the relaxation of the final resting posture, Shavasana. Let your palms face up. Gently tuck the shoulders underneath the body, creating more space in that heart center. Let your toes fall open. Noticing your breath and your belly and chest rise as you take those deep breaths in. And letting everything melt away on the exhale. So this is the most important pose of all, because allowing yourself to get into the most relaxed state ignites your body's innate wisdom to heal, because your body does want to heal. Notice if there's any tension you're holding anywhere, such as the jaw, and releasing the jaw. Releasing the brows and the cheeks. And allowing yourself to melt into Mother Earth. Allowing her to cradle you. So you stay in your Shavasana as I am going to shift back to seated, and then I will cue you. Coming into that stillness that is the dormant seed. Back into the renewal of life as you begin to bring subtle movement into your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers, and letting yourself roll over to your right side, maybe grounding your third eye, resting your head in your inner arm. And then on the next breath, gently pressing yourself back up with that left hand and supporting yourself with the right, coming back to seated, meeting you with your hands in Anjali Mudra at the heart center, inviting you to bring your prayer hands up to your third eye to seal our practice as a reminder to think kind thoughts down in front of our lips, to speak kind words, and back down in front of our hearts to create space for renewal. Live life with love, joy, inner strength, and lots of grace. From my heart to yours, I take that bow to you to thank you so much for